As you all know, or may not know, I'm doing a vlog of reading the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. This book just came out, and so today I'm going to be trying to read the least first 100 pages. I'm not really that far off, as you can see. I have a little bit to go. I think 3 more chapters before I hit the 100th page. So far, my thoughts are just like, wow. The detail of Snow and some of the characters in here, it's really astonishing, especially how we know how Snow was during the time of Katniss, and now we have a better understanding of why why he was like that in the first place. So literally you find out literally in the first couple of chapters about Snow and why he was so cruel then. But then again, in some aspects he wasn't, in a way. All I can say is the tributes during the time of Katniss were treated like royalty compared to the tributes that are in this book. Legit, Katniss and Peeta and all that, they were definitely treated like royalty and was definitely treated better than the tributes are treated in this book. It's definitely a drastic change, and you can just tell the differences is just crazy, and it's blowing my mind. And just know more information about Snow and everything like that. It's very, very surprising. I am a little tired, but I'm definitely going to try to read to at least page 100 tonight. I probably am not going to finish this book until maybe Friday or Saturday, so my vlog might be super long, but I hope you guys enjoy it. Right now I'm in bed, as you can see, just getting comfortable and reading this book, because I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely thicker than the other books, the first 3 books, but I'm definitely in this, and like I said, it's mind-blowing to know the characters in here, crazy. Of course Snow is in here, you have Tigress in here. I'm not telling you who she is to Snow because I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but that is just crazy. I'm like, what? But yeah, so I'll let y'all know how I'm doing, and maybe, we'll see what happens. I believe today is the 20th, which I just started reading this book, and it came out yesterday on the 19th. So yeah, so this is where I am so far. Not really that far in, but hopefully I get some more progress in tonight before I go to bed. But we'll see. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Oh, shit. Oh, sorry, y'all. Just shit just got real. And I did not expect it to be like that. And I'm only, in the 7th chapter. And sorry if that's a spoiler for y'all, but I'm just saying, damn. So I was not expecting that. That was very drastic. But then again, I could see myself as if I saw that in my head and I saw that in person, I could see something like that occurring. But that was just and crazy. But yeah, I'm only in the 7th chapter, and like I said, shit got real quick. So yeah. So I'm not trying to make this a boring vlog, but so I'm trying to give you my real emotions while I'm reading this book, because I feel like you're going to get the accurate things from me. Because I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing when I read this book. I've been waiting, like I said, for a very long time for this. So yes, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm going to give y'all the real on what I really truly think about this book. And as of now, I can see why Snow is the way he is. But then again, it's why? Why? But I won't get into that until I give y'all my review once I'm done with this book. But yeah, you guys stay tuned. All right. What's up, guys? So it's nighttime again, where if you've seen my other videos, I usually read at night because my kids are fast asleep. I'm literally almost halfway done. Not sort of. I stopped on page 192, which is chapter 13. And literally the action has ramped up. There's been a lot going on, a lot of deaths, like drastic deaths that are coming out of nowhere, which I think is it's crazy, and trying to figure out why this is happening and everything like that. But then also with Snow and Lucy, their relationship has definitely almost put me into tears, especially when he pretty much gives something to her, one of his prized possessions that he holds dear. I won't say anything until maybe the end of this vlog, so it might be a little spoilery. Sorry, just heads up. But it was very touching. Like, reading this book, I would never have guessed Snow was like this. And when I think of the Hunger Games, other books, Snow seemed very cruel and didn't have a heart, but apparently he did. And with this book, he's very touching, and he's very considerate. I think at times he had the thinking of his father and his grandmother. People that lives in districts aren't really human. They're inferior. I think in his mind, he still feels that way. But with Lucy, it's completely different. And Lucy, she's just a great character. So just carefree in a sense, where she's always smiling and always being conscious of her appearance. But this book is definitely ramping up, and it's going at a fast pace now. So I definitely will be reading more tomorrow night, but I'm about to go to bed. So you'll see more tomorrow, you guys. So the pace is picking up phenomenally. For some reason, like in the Hunger Games of Katniss, I hated Snow. I hated Snow I don't even know how to explain it. I just did not like him. I guess hate is a strong word. I just disliked him, and the way he was as a person and how he was treating Katniss. And then when I read this book, he's completely different, and you're seeing a better side of Coriolanus than you would have when he was older, of course. How he's committed to Lucy and wanting to, sorry if it's a spoiler, wanting to protect her throughout the whole Hunger Games is phenomenal to me. But then again, he's still contemplating, like, saying that she is not district, nor she's capital. And I know in the beginning, he was pretty much saying about Sejanus or Johannes. I call him Johannes, but it's Sejanus or Johannes. Sejanus. I'll say just Sejanus. I like him, by the way. And how he was pretty much saying Sejanus is not capital because he originally wasn't from the capital. He was originally from a district. But I think he's like in between. He can't decide. And at first he was like, people from the district, they're inferior and whatnot. But then he keeps going back and forth with how he feels about everything. And then Sejanus, he reminds me so much of Katniss on how he rebels, his outbursts, his energy towards the Hunger Games, and how he really feels about how he feels about the Hunger Games. There's no point in this, and that the capital is supposed to protect its people, and all that. So I really love Sejanus and everything. And Clementia, I don't really like. But I understand for everything she went through. Yeah. But Snow, I actually like him in this book, even though he like flip-flops on what he thinks and how he feels. For 1 minute, he feels like district people are inferior, but then he's all for Lucy. And then he becomes more friendly with Sejanus, who is from a district. And so it's just, I don't like how he flip-flops. It's like he's back and forth on how he feels, and then when he talks to Dr. Gall, who's super crazy, especially when it comes to her snakes and whatnot, it seems like she's trying to turn him to a way where he has a sense of thinking, and it's just really weird. And I think when he approaches her, or when he has a discussion with her, he reverts back to being his old self of a lot of the district people are inferior, and try to find out ways to control the people and the government and whatnot. So it's really intense. Like, a lot of like deaths occurred tragically and like quickly, like within seconds of each other, it seems like. But it's more than just tributes. It's also mentors. So that's even more crazier how that is. But yeah, so I'm really not that far off. Like, as you can see, I'm halfway already through this book. I'm probably gonna, like, today is Friday. I believe it's what date is it? I don't even remember. But it's Friday. And I'm reading this during the week this came out. So I think you should get a gist of what date it is, because I really can't keep up my days, especially with this pandemic and stuff. But I know a lot of like stores and everything is opening up, but still I like to be safe, so I'm still home, especially with my children. So today is Friday. I plan on finishing this book tomorrow. Like, that is my goal, since I'm halfway through. And then at the end of this vlog, I really want to give you my full opinion, my full review about it. But I'm really enjoying it. I haven't seen anybody else's reviews because I want to have my honest opinion about it. Maybe after I do my review and I post it up on YouTube, then I'll watch everybody else's reviews. But I have not watched the reviews because I'm going to continue reading this. And I have been writing in this book. Sorry, you guys. I know some of y'all do not like that, but I have been writing in it. And then I plan on, with the little notes that I've been putting in it, I'm planning on tabbing them. So at least you'll see this tabbed up by tomorrow, probably, for sure. But yeah, so stay tuned for more, you guys. It's getting juicy and it's really frustrating, but great at the same time reading this. So just stay tuned for more, you guys. So you guys, I literally started part 3 in this book, and I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, like, what's going on now? After the finale of the 10th Hunger Games and everything, and they declared the winner, it's like we're going into something else now. So I'm thinking to myself, why is the book, why am I still reading? Like, I feel like the book should have been done, or should have been an ending just as simple as that. But it seems like it's continuous. So now I'm just trying to figure out, okay, Suzanne, now what is happening? Because we got to the final 2 of the Hunger Games, the 10th Hunger Games, and we find out the winner and everything like that. And then out of nowhere, Snow becomes part of something. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. I probably will spoil it later after my honest review, but I just don't know why it's still continuing on. I mean, why is there like another extra 200 pages? So I don't know. Maybe I'm just like, seriously, there's more. Like, the whole point of this was the 10th Hunger Games going, and it was pretty much about like Lucy Gray, and about Snow, about Sejanus, about Clemencia, about Dr. Gall, about Dean Highbottom, and all that stuff. So it's just, I'm getting frustrated, you guys. I don't know how you guys have read it already, for some of you that are watching this vlog, but I'm just like, what the F, man? Like, okay, I'm gonna keep reading. I will give you all my update, but literally, like I said, I just started part 3. And I'm like, why is there even a part 3? But stay tuned for more, you guys. Stay tuned.
As God welcomes nighttime and tucks in the day. Each sunflower tall will nod in its bright head and fold every petal down into its bed. Really? Really?
Daddy, we don't want that.
Bullfrogs
Daddy.
will ribbit.
Daddy.
And the owls will wink.
Daddy. We don't want this kind of food.
It's too late. It's way too late. It's already happening.
Lay down. Get in your bed.
Say hi.
Get in your bed.
Say night night.
Nanny.
Say hi night.
Okay.
Say night night. Say night night, Kiana.
Night night. No. Okay, you like my bed? No.
All right, you guys, just put my kids to bed, and my husband had read them a bedtime story, I had caught him in the act, so that's what was funny. But I'm going to finish this book tonight. This is what I have left, and I'm going to finish this, and then next time you see me, I'm pretty much going to give you my review and everything, my whole spiel of how I feel, my emotions, everything. Right now, my emotions is just everywhere at this point, so I'm definitely going to keep you updated. So I'll see y'all in just a bit. Promise. Even if it's in the morning, I will still do a review. I promise. Cross my heart. All right, y'all. I have finally finished reading The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. It is Sunday now, like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I finally finished it. I was pretty much, I could have finished it earlier, but I was like rereading things. And I have, like I said before, I have written in this book, I had put a lot of notes in it because it was just a lot of disturbing things, and it shocked the hell out of me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, the only thing that didn't shock me was just Snow, because knowing him during the time of Katniss and everything, you get it. And it's just like, the only thing I didn't like is like he kept going back and forth with Lucy. Like, one minute he said he loved her and all this, but then in the end he never really loved her. Like I'm sorry, y'all, this might be a little spoiler, but I'm just gonna read a excerpt from the book because it's really disturbing to me. It says, sometimes he would remember a moment of sweetness and almost wish things had ended differently, but it would never have worked out between them, even if he'd stayed. They were simply too different, and he didn't like love the way it had made him feel stupid and vulnerable. If he ever married, he'd choose someone incapable of swaying his heart, someone he hated. Even so, they could never manipulate him the way Lucy Gray had. What the fuck? So you're really gonna marry someone that you know won't manipulate you and won't have you vulnerable, which I feel like the whole point of love is for you to be vulnerable and for someone to get inside and someone to reach out to you and get to know you as a person. That's the whole point. So like, he never knew what love was in the very beginning, and it really irritated me. And he sacrificed so many people just to stay on top and just to live up to the expectations of a Snow. And then you find out who was responsible in creating the Hunger Games in the first place, which wasn't surprising, but just how everything happened and how it all is all created. It just really struck me. Like, I'm not going to give you my full review. I'm sorry about the spoilers. It's just, I had to get this off my chest because after reading all this, it just made me feel so like, wow, like Snow was a heartless bastard. Like seriously, like all this time in the beginning saying he loved his mom and everything like that, he did not inherit anything from his mother, because he definitely got all of his actions and his thinking from his father. Not one thing from his mom. Not one thing. Like, if his mom was still alive, sorry, another spoiler. If his mom was still alive, she would not even recognize him, probably. She would like, yep, just like your father. But, like, literally, I wanted to read the epilogue. I read the epilogue, like, twice. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, you sacrificed a lot of people just so you could be able to have a life that you wanted. You didn't want to be district. You wanted to be capital. You wanted to be considered a human being and live in lavish and luxury and all that good stuff or whatever, because you felt you had the right of it. You felt entitled. Like I get it. This is a dystopian book. I get that. But it also is reality in real life, how you have the upper class and how you have the middle class and the lower class, and how there's entitlement with some people and everything like that. And with Snow, he was definitely felt he was entitled to get what he wanted. And at the end, he did get what he wanted. Like, he was his everything. Like, I don't want to spoil it all for you, but I'm just going to let you know I probably will when I probably tell you everything in my final review, probably when I wake up in the morning, because I'm tired. My kids are asleep and my husband is knocked out snoring and has to go to work at 1 o'clock, I believe. So he probably is like, when are you going to turn the light off? You know, I'm trying to sleep. And I'm like, okay, I'll go downstairs then. So that's where I am now, trying to just vent from everything that I've read, because it was just blowing my mind. But yeah, so I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to pretty much think on it. And then I'm going to give you guys my honest review about this book and how I feel and all my emotions. But I just wanted to say what I had to say now, so it could be fresh, and to give you my honest reactions to this, because this just blew my mind. But I will see y'all again later on today with my full review of this. Title is a tongue twister. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. So stay tuned for that, you guys, and good night. All right, y'all, I am back with pretty much my full review of The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. I have finished it, of course. It's Sunday in the afternoon. After reading it till 1 o'clock in the morning, I was so tired and everything, but I still had to get up to take care of my kids and get them breakfast and lunch and everything like that. But yes, this book had me all in my feelings. Let me just put it that way. I will say that I rate this book a 4 out of 5 stars due to the fact that I feel like there were some things that were, this book, how it was so long, some of the stuff was unnecessary. But I liked the book. I liked how we got to know more about Snow. We already knew him in the Hunger Games and the other books, how he was just a rude, cruel person. But then I feel like for this one, we go deep into how he became that person, or maybe he was already like that. It's just he didn't even know himself. So with this, we have a lot of characters that we known back in the other books. We have Tigress, who, just to let you know that I might have some spoilers, but we know Tigress is Snow's cousin, which that's crazy to me, because especially how he treated her. But then again, it's not. It's Snow. He doesn't care if you're family or if you feel like you're friends or whatever, or if he loved you, it doesn't matter. He will, in order for him to stay on top, he's going to do whatever it takes, even if he has to sacrifice somebody. And so like, finding out that Tigress was his cousin and the stuff he did to Tigress in the other books, that's just insane, and it blows my mind, because he really cared for Tigress and his family in this book. And so it's just really crazy, but then in the end, it all makes sense. And so we meet his grandmother, who feels pretty much how his dad felt about people in districts are inferior, and that they are pretty much like animals in a way, and that capital is the way to go. People that live in the capital are more honorable. They have more control, and their lives are pretty much considered more valuable than the people in the districts. From my perspective anyway, when I read this. And so with that, we have Sahanis, who's also from District 2, and his dad became pretty much the person on top for munitions from District 2, so they were able to have money and move to the capital. And so with that, Sahanis still felt like he was not at home, and so did Sahanis's mother, which he called her Ma. She felt like the capital was not her home as well, but she had to deal with it because her husband Strabo Plinth pretty much told him like, hey, this is what it is, and we're living in the capital. And then, but the thing is with Snow, like he wanted to go to the university, so he's trying to figure out a way to do that. So he became a mentor, and he did not like the fact that he became a mentor to a person from District 12. And then out of nowhere, when he first meets Lucy, which is her name, from District 12, he ends up having feelings for her, and in a way loving her and loving her music and her personality and what have you. And during the games, he did whatever it took for her to be saved and that she would win, and everything, sacrificed everything. And then you have Dr. Gall, who I feel like manipulated him in a way where he was thinking about how the capital is, why the Hunger Games are a part of like the Hunger Games is they have to do every year, and why it's definitely the reason why they need to keep it going, because they need to keep everyone in check, everyone in control, everyone in order. And that's what Snow really loved. He always liked control, power, everyone to be in their own places and organized. And I think he was afraid of Dr. Gall, but then again, he admired her in a way. Admired Dr. Gall. But then you have Dean Highbottom, who did not like Snow, and that was because of Snow's father. And then we get deep into the part where who originally created the Hunger Games and had the mindset to even think of something cruel like this for children of innocence to be part of this game where they had to kill one another. And so we know the source of the Hunger Games and how it all began from this book, which was a good insight. I feel like also with Lucy, I don't know, it was just really strange. And then the one thing that I did not get was after the 10th Hunger Games, everything came to a close. They found out the winner and everything like that. Then they find out he was cheating pretty much throughout the Hunger Games in order to keep Lucy alive and to become the victor. And so he was punished and became a peacekeeper. And that was really weird. He became a peacekeeper in District 12. He chose District 12. And I don't know, and I guess he made it a coincidence because that's where Lucy was taken back to. She was taken back to District 12. And so he was meeting up with her and the Covey, her family, and knowing who was truly who she thought she loved and all that. And then Sahanis went to District 12 as well and became a peacekeeper. But as you all know, the one thing I like about Sahanis, let me back it up, is that he's a rebel. He sees that the Hunger Games are wrong, they're cruel, and he reminds me so much of Katniss, which I was rooting for Sahanis. I was hoping he was able to make a difference, but of course it didn't happen because Snow betrayed him. I don't want to tell you how. Betrayed him and pretty much got him killed and hung. And then we find out the person who wrote the song, and the song about what that Katniss had sang during the rebellion. Let me see. He says, are you coming to the tree where they strung up a man they say murdered 3. Strange things had happened here. No stranger would it be if we met up at midnight in the hanging tree. So we find out that Lucy is the one that wrote that song. And I think that was nice to know too. And it was originated because there was a hanging of a rebel, a guy who was against the capital, and he was hung for killing 3 people. He accidentally killed 3 minors, and he didn't mean to do that. He was trying to make a point to the capital, and it just didn't go well. It backfired. And so that's where the song originated from. That's where we know about the hangman, and he killed 3 men who were minors. And with that, like I said, Snow stepped on a lot of people to get to where he was at the very end of the book. He was able to go to the university and everything, and Dr. Gall was under Dr. Gall. And pretty much Dr. Gall said that was just a test to figure out who he was. So that's why he was sent to the District 12, became peacekeeper, what have you. It seemed like it was whole ruse, pretty much. She wanted to know who he was, how he would become, and everything, and what he would do for the capital. And of course, we know what he did for the capital. He murdered people and killed people and made them and betrayed people. Such a traitor. And then on top of that, he kept going back and forth if he loved Lucy. I'm like, okay, You say you love Lucy, but then you go back and forth to the capital. It seems like your loyalty is to the is towards mostly to the capital than it is to Lucy. And then when he gets the opportunity of leaving District 12, he changes his mind. He's like, I can't live like this. I wish I had my tabs, because I was trying to tab this up and then I forgot to get it from the store. Let me see, because I wanted to pretty much go back to where he's saying, I can't live like this. I wouldn't be able to survive, about everything. And I just want to find that page, because he said, yeah, so he said, so it says, all he had to do was destroy it, and he would be free from the hangman's noose, free to go back to the base, free to go forward to District 2, free to rejoin the human race without fear. And he was trying to escape with Lucy because he felt like he was also going to be marked with treason, which Sahanis was marked with treason, which he was doing treason, but the only reason why people found out he was a traitor to the capital was because of Snow. And so with Snow, he thought that since there was some part of him that also was responsible for Sahanis, he thought he was going to be hung as well. And so he wanted to escape with Lucy, but then realizing that if he did escape with Lucy to the north, he wouldn't know how to take care of himself. He's so used to luxury and cars, and he doesn't know how to fend himself. He doesn't know how to catch animals or what have you. And so with all of that, he then like turns on Lucy, because Lucy finally figures out that Snow is the reason why Sahanis was hung. And then out of nowhere, he finds a gun, and he just starts, I'm missing out on all the details because I don't want to spoil so much for you. And he just blows up the whole freaking woods, and thinking that he probably got her. And then he was able to go back to the capital and everything and what have you, and also poison Dean Highbottom because of his beliefs, and because Dean Highbottom also felt like the Hunger Games was the wrong way to go and was just brutal, cruel, and just not the way that the world should have been based off of, just as the Hunger Games being surrounded by as their punishment. And so, like I said, Snow was trying to stay on top of things. Like, I also did my review on Goodreads, so if you go on my Goodreads, and if you're friends with me, if you like to be friends with me, I'll definitely add you so you can read my review. And it was just crazy. Like, it was up and down with a lot of things. Like, it was heartbreaking to see how Snow just went so low just to be part of something that he wanted to be. So it's just, so in order to be at the top, let me see. Like, so out of everything, when he professed that how much he loved Lucy, I'm sorry, this review is all over the place, but when he said that he loved Lucy and everything like that, then he goes back and says, they were simply too different, and he didn't like love the way it had made him feel stupid and vulnerable. If he ever married, he'd choose someone incapable of swaying his heart, someone he hated. Even so, they could never manipulate him the way Lucy Gray had, never make him feel jealous or weak. Then he said Lavia Cardew would be perfect. And so he picked her because he never really cared for her. So that's who he chose to be his wife or whatever. But the thing is, Snow never knew the meaning of love. And as he kept his mother's trinket close to him, saying how much he loved his mother and that he had no relationship with his father, he ended up being like his father and just full blown. And even Dean Highbottom knew Snow was another replica. It was he was his dad. And Snow, I don't think he really admitted it in this book that he was just like his father, because he was trying to be closer and have a more bond with his mother, but his mother died from childbirth with him. It just, I don't know. There's a lot of emotion going on. It was like a roller coaster for me. Like I said, I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars because of the stuff that was so unnecessary. I feel like we could have got right to the point without having part 3 in this book. We could have just had at least maybe, I would say, for it to not to be 500 pages, I feel like it should have been at least maybe 300 to 400, but that's it. I don't think it should have been even more than that. And as you can see, this book is thicker than all the other books. So it was just really insane. But sorry, you guys, I had to bring that. This is my review. This is my honest opinion about it. It's fresh. I finished the book, and I'm sorry about the spoilers. But if you don't care, that's good. I just want to let you know, I still like the book. It was just all over the place. Snow, literally mentally, he was getting on my freaking nerves. Like, okay, I'm like, Snow, make up your mind. Do you love this girl? Or do you like the capital? Do you like the capital life? What do you want? Like, he didn't know, like, he knew what he wanted, but then he would go back and forth with it. So it was just, I think he lost himself. And then when he really realized who he was at the very end, he decided to do something terrible. But the thing is that I want to know, like, he had killed, so Snow killed Bobbin, who was one of the tributes from the games, the 10th Hunger Games. And then he killed Mayfair, who was the governor's daughter of District 12. He killed Sahanis, who was Strabo Plank's son. And there's a question mark for Lucy Gray. I'm going to say that because it never really said that she was dead or not. And then, of course, then you have Dean Highbottom. So with Lucy Gray, I think that she may have survived. I want to say that because there was things that was brought up in the book about things like she called plants Katniss, and then you think of Katniss from the Hunger Games, and you're wondering, like, is she the grandmother or what have you? And even with the song that Lucy wrote, you think like, okay, maybe she is a relative to Katniss, per se. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I missed something. Maybe someone could tell me something down below in the comments. But I think, yeah, Lucy Gray is related to Katniss. But yeah, so like I said, 4 out of 5 stars. It was definitely a whirlwind for me just to keep going back and forth with Snow. And the thing is, like, with this, the other thing that pissed me off so much is that when Snow came back to the Capitol and met with Dr. Gall and told him that he would be able to go to the university, she literally told him, like, yeah, I erased the 10th Hunger Games. Like, there's nothing there. It's just completely gone. So all the things that Snow had did, everything was erased. So that's why in the Hunger Games, no one knows any dirt about them except, I believe, Finnick did, which was brought up in the last book. Which one is it? I'm sorry, I'm like losing my mind. I think it was Catching Fire. So yeah, so the last book, The Catching Fire or whatever, and Finnick had brought up the Snow's past or whatever. So now we know why that people really didn't have any dirt on Snow, because everything was erased. All the actions he did was erased by Dr. Gall. But yeah, sorry about the spoilers, you guys. I'm so sorry. I just had to get this off my chest. But I think it's worth the read still. It was a long read for me. Like, I'll say that it was long. I think it was like unnecessarily long, but it was worth it. Like I've written in this book and pointed out things like I've written in it, because I wanted to have notes in here because it was just mind-blowing. My heart was broken. There was a lot of tragic deaths, like dramatically, a lot of them like coming back to back to back to back to back. But yeah. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed my vlog. I really don't do them, but I wanted to see how well I would do them. And if you did like it, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up, and also giving me comments down below on what you think I could improve on, or if you liked it, or if you didn't like it, it's fine. I just wanted to see how it would all be. But if you did like this video, once again, please give me a thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button and that bell to be notified when I upload more videos in the future. But thank you guys for watching this crazy vlog and review. But see ya.